Hey, hello friends. My name is Animesh. Welcome to my channel. Hope all of you are doing good. Today we are going to talk about a very special topic, especially for Indians. Should you invest in gold? The answer is yes and no. I mean, it sounds confusing because I'm answering both ways, but hear me out. Should you look to gold as investment? I say no. Should you look at it as a hedge against inflation? Somewhat yes. Should you look to it as preservation of wealth? Absolutely. Let's understand why gold has its value. Gold has been there for, let's say, thousands and thousands of years. It has been there since 40,000 BC. It was found also in the monolithic caves and the Harappa civilizations of the world. There are other precious metals out there. There are 8 other precious metals, some of which you already know, like platinum. Recently, platinum rings are very famous. Or platinum, the metal used to make cards, and there are others as well. The problem with them are they are very rare. So in order to make it kind of a currency, you would have to mine it in large quantities, which is not available. Plus, these metals have a very high melting point. So that leaves us with gold and silver. The problem with silver, however, is it tarnishes. So that's why the value for gold. Some people look at gold as hedge against inflation as well. So this is not entirely true, because inflation, as it steadily rises, gold might not be at par with inflation. Sometimes gold prices go down significantly. Definitely you should look at gold as preservation of wealth. If you want to preserve your wealth in uncertain times, let's say a war happens or the economy crashes, definitely you should invest in gold. And by the term invest, I mean allocate in gold. Earlier, gold was a standard. US had adopted its gold standard. So if you look at the earlier US dollar bills, you would find in gold written on that bill. Now policies have changed. They have started allocating gold in Fort Knox and keeping it as a store of value. Even India has its gold reserves in the Reserve Bank of India. Let me put up a graph to compare the values of gold, let's say 2002 onwards until 2020, right? If you see in the past, 2002, 1 gram of gold was costing around 500 rupees. But today, 1 gram of gold is around 4,800. There has been a steady rise in the price of gold in the span of 20 years, almost 10x rise. So if you see it as an investment tool, it has not grown that much. If you compare that with the S&P 500, or if you even compare it with the Indian stock market, if you had done investment in some specific stocks or a basket of stocks or a particular sector, definitely the growth returns in the past 20 years have been more in the stock market as compared to gold. Let's look at some disadvantages of buying gold. The very first disadvantage for buying gold is the wide spectrum of its price. The second disadvantage of buying gold is actually keeping it. Where will you keep it after you buy it? So if you're keeping it at home, there's always a chance of theft. There's always a chance of natural calamity happening and something getting destroyed, fire, etc. If you opt to keep it in a bank, there are obviously charges related to storage costs. You'll have to buy a locker and pay an annual fee on that. Plus, you're not getting kind of returns on the value that you have paid. It's just lying there looking pretty. Also, the whole purpose of owning gold is to keeping it with you in uncertain times. So if you're keeping it in a bank, it defeats the whole purpose. As long as there will be fear in the market of, let's say, a doomsday or a nuclear holocaust or war between people, different countries, there will be value for gold. And don't forget, gold's total market cap is around $14 trillion. So the final conclusion is gold is not an investment, neither it is a hedge against inflation. The only thing you can look to gold is as preservation of wealth. Alright, so that was it. Do your research and then only invest in something like gold. Hit that thumbs up if you like the video. And remember, start early, invest now. Cheers.